Happy MLK Day for those who celebrate Martin Luther King Day. Today is January the 19th. Quick nugget to drop in your lap today. I don't really get into, holidays. Again, to each his own. Everybody has a different reason for celebrating or not celebrating. But for the people that do celebrate, hey, do you, boo? Happy MLK Day. Brothers and sisters, it's very, very important that you make sure that you don't contain contradictory statements in your brain. Don't or limit or remove, destroy all contradictory statements in your brain. As well as today, MLK, one-day sale. Again, you guys know I have my 1,000 books for $1,000. Today only, for anybody who wishes to take advantage of that opportunity. You can pick it up today for 4 payments of $250. So it's a way to take advantage of the program by just dividing the payments up into 4 equal payments of $250 in honor of MLK Day or Dr. Martin Luther King Day. But back to the topic at hand. In addition to the one-day sale that I'm doing today, contradictory statements. What are contradictory statements? Well, I'm talking about contradictory beliefs. Okay, what are contradictory beliefs? If you believe or if you have a specific value or something that you hold in high esteem, whether it's based upon personal experience, whether it's based upon tradition, whether it's based upon something that you've learned, again, through your studies, again, that is a belief. So if you believe that, let's find something very, very non-controversial. So let's say if you believe that, all short people have it easier in life. Let's just say that's just a belief. Just believe that if you are, let's say, under 6 feet tall, life is easier for you. That's your own personal belief system. So if you establish that belief and you really believe it, and you got your facts and you got your data that all short people under the 6 feet tall, for whatever reasons, life is easier for you. If you believe that, then you want to remove all contradictory statements. So that way you can establish that as your ruling disposition. You want to establish that as your dominant disposition. See, we live in a world that's based upon structure. And then that structure is either amplified or that structure is deflated by contradictory statements or beliefs. We call that doubt. Some people call it fear. But whether you call it fear or whether you call it doubt, the whole purpose is that whenever a belief is challenged, it creates cognitive dissonance. In other words, it creates an interference pattern. Then that interference pattern creates a time delay. So anytime there's a delay in whatever it is that you're manifesting is because of contradictory statements inside of your brain. You have something that is called, again, a confirmation. It's creating this confirmation bias. It is creating an interference pattern. It is disrupting your chi, your prana, your belief. So whatever your belief is, you want to hold true to your beliefs. So when the belief is challenged, if you're like me, I investigate all challenges to my belief just to see if they're valid while holding firm to my belief. So how do I do that? Well, I establish singleness of mind. And I immerse that singleness of mind inside of what the Bible calls baptism or baptismal. So baptismal means to immerse your brain in the solution. Let me say it again. Baptismal. Baptism. Immerse your brain, your beliefs, in the solution. The solution, not the problem. So you are reinforcing, you are creating an electrical magnetic charge. That means that the frequency that you're sending out should be more powerful than the frequency that's coming in, regardless of what the frequency. What's a frequency? A statement. What's a statement? A statement is a mental state. Statement, meant, state. So a statement, if I make a statement, all short people have it easy in life. That is a mental state. So that mental state must be stronger. It must have more support. It must have more facts in my brain. So that way I'm emitting a frequency, my signature frequency. And then it goes out into the universe and it matches and connect with other frequencies, waves, verbs, and vibrations that are the same hertz frequency. So if I'm on 6.35, all other frequency, waves, verbs, and vibrations, all of the people that are on that same channel, we connect automatically. That's how the universe works based upon the law of attraction. And so when we talk about resonance, frequency resonance, those frequencies that are the same, they resonate, they connect. And then the ones that are not on the same is like watching TV. You click on a specific TV channel. So if I'm watching channel 12 and you're watching channel 13, we're watching two different programs, two totally different channels. I'm on 12, you're on 13. But if we could both get on 12, we communicate. But as long as someone's on 12 and someone's on 13, or someone's on 12 and someone's on 11, the twain shall never meet. That's how manifestation works. That's how you bring about what you think about, by removing all contradictory statements. Now, the dangerous of that is what they call a cult. So if you get a group of people, they put on a tinfoil hat, and they believe that a starship or a spaceship is coming on January the 19th to escort them out of here. If they believe, again, that the Orange Julius is going to create an environment that's more benevolent, if they believe, whatever they believe is dangerous, because you bring about, as a man thinketh, as a man believeth. So if you say unto that mountain, be thou removed and be cast to the sea, and you don't doubt, the mountain got to go, according to the biblical text. So that simply means you bring about what you think about. It's done unto you as you believe. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's what faith is. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's why it's so powerful. That's also why it's so dangerous. That's why things like politics, things like religion, and things like race are such dangerous topics, because they create division, because people believe. And they have the right to believe. You have the right to believe whatever you want to believe. I have the right to believe whatever I want to believe. As long as my belief doesn't hurt, harm, or defraud anybody. And as long as I'm not trying to impose my belief upon other people. As long as I'm not passing laws that say that, oh, you can only believe what I believe. If you don't believe what I believe, then you got to get excommunicado. Well, that's not how the universe, that's not how the universe shouldn't work. Because the Bible says, again, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So would I want someone else to impose their belief system onto me? Absolutely not. So I'm not going to impose my belief systems onto someone else. Extremely, extremely important that we over, and understand belief systems. Because without the ability to understand belief systems, without the ability to understand how to remove contradictory statements inside of the brain, you are guaranteed to come up lame. Without the ability to understand how to remove contradictory statements from the brain, you're guaranteed to come up lame, because a double-minded man will not receive anything from source. So that's my 2 cents for today. January the 19th, Martin Luther King Day. Again, take advantage of today's sale. Pick up the 1,000 for 1,000. You can pick up today for 4 payments of $250. So for every time you make the payment of $250, bam, we'll send you out a bundle of downloads of 250 documents or books, PDF documents. Then we make the next payment. We send the next $250 until you get the complete $1,000 system delivered. So instead of paying the $1,000 up front, you can take advantage of today's special and pick it up for $250. And you make that $250 every month until you receive the entire 1,000 documents. Brothers and sisters, I love you, appreciate you. Again, we're going to see you at the top. God bless.